Criminal defense attorney. Hi there, ladies. Mercedes, let's start with you. Sure. Does she have a case against Lifetime? She said it was false, egregious, and disgusting, the portrayal of her.
It's another
Let's bring you in. What do you think of that?
Sure.
Does Lifetime have a good argument there?
Here.
I'm sorry?
I think they do. I think Lifetime has a good argument here. I mean, welcome to Hollywood, Heather. This is what filmmakers do. They exaggerate real-life events for dramatic purposes, and they are given a certain level of leeway, and they are given certain protection from defamation lawsuits. So, yeah, in this case, the filmmakers, Lifetime, did everything right. They never said this was a documentary. They clearly said this is simply based on a true story.
So by saying it's inspired by a true story, exactly. That's their blanket defense. That's all it takes.
That and also the fact that she's a public official, and by saying that she's a public official.
What do you mean about saying she's a public person?
Yeah, a public
But she's
person.
a public person only because she's the victim of a crime.
Well, that's a great point, Heather, but it's also because she is a little different, so she has to show actual malice.
Because she chose to go on Oprah and talk about this, that simply makes her a public person and therefore doesn't have the protections granted in a potential defamation case, Anahita?
I don't think that's really true. I think in these cases, the courts have to balance an individual's right to privacy versus a First Amendment right of a filmmaker. And when you're dealing with public people, famous people, or public events, newsworthy events, which is what this was, and the people involved in those newsworthy events, then yeah, it's a much, much higher standard for a plaintiff to prove defamation. You have to prove actual malice. And I think ultimately, Heather, the viewers of these movies understand that it's a movie, it's a drama. There's going to be exaggeration. It's not a 100% accurate depiction. And just in case viewers don't get that, that's why Lifetime and other networks put up that disclaimer that it's just based on a true story.
Gosh, Mercedes, she says that they portrayed her as a prostitute. Right. She says that they portrayed her in doing some things that she did not do, things that I will not repeat on television. Sounds to me like this woman has a real right to leave it at that. Lifetime, Hollywood, I guess they can get away with just about anything from this lawsuit. Mercedes Colwyn and Anahita Sedaghatfar, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again, ladies.
Thank you, Heather.
Another